Hello, good evening. Wow, it's strange to hear my own voice. Actually, I'm not so sure if it was a good idea for Gaia to invite me, because I don't fit in the artist context, and I try very hard to be a designer. It means if she invited me, then maybe I failed to be a designer. What you see here is my first project, and it's called Clean Bar. And basically, what I did, I tried to be a designer. So I have an Apple Macintosh computer, I have 3D programs, and then I'm playing around with the 3D programs. And then I try to find a way how to have like a product that is directly from the computer, so it's still virtual in a way. That's the way I saw it when it was on my screen, and now I can hold it in my hands, but I still have the image of it being on the screen. And then I printed it 3D, and you can still see the small lines of the printer, which I quite like. But then, very much like that it's still a virtual object, and that they found a way, like for a machine to translate from virtual to physical. I find very, very interesting. But that's still not enough. So I thought to be a designer you need to have an object that speaks for itself. So I was trying to find a name for it that would put it into a bigger context, like in a very cheesy way. So yeah, maybe war would be very successful because people are talking about war, and maybe a clean war, and then maybe it looks like a tank, and maybe you can put a toothbrush and it looks like a tank. So what I did is that I actually am exploring the design process itself. So that every object needs a bigger context. So if you see objects around, like people designing them, then they need to put it. You cannot just look at the object and tell what it is. So there is always a story around it, created around it. So that's how I started to be. Maybe I started to be an artist now because I'm so much in the process of why I should design things. Maybe you should ask me a question.
Yes. You remember just now when I arrived and I met you, the first question I asked you is about your background. Because I was very curious when I saw this kind of little bit design work in here, because it is kind of like artist view tonight. So especially when I see this is like something 3D prints, and I study architecture, so I did a lot of different kind of exploration of design work when I was in school. So I also want to ask you again, so other people can know more about you. What do you think about your work? Is that a design work or an art work?
For me, it's very much design work. Because I don't consider myself as an artist. It means I want to sell it. I want it to be practical. And I always calculated that how much each piece would cost, and I very much like to think about calculation as well. So if I would be an artist, then I would try to promote it in galleries, and so that people have like some kind of deeper meaning behind it. But the truth is that there is no deeper meaning behind it, and that's very much what I want to make clear, that it's a very shallow design object. And there is no kind of mysticism. It's really like the physical part of the 3D file that I have on my laptop. So if I would be an artist, maybe I had like a different approach to it also.
So your answer is that this is a design work.
Yes.
So it's going to be a harsh critic. Because do you ever use a soup to brush your teeth? I'm quite curious. I'm very curious about the combination of objects you put into here, because these three objects are quite different in terms of quality. These you use it when you're bathing, and these you use this when you're brushing your teeth, and these maybe when you are drunk and you use this to hit stuff, because it's quite heavy. You can get one. It's very heavy.
Yeah, that's true. I think it fits very well together because you first wash your hands, then you brush your teeth. And actually it's a very special toothbrush that has already the toothpaste on its tip, so you can just use it.
Do you buy this or you make this?
For what?
Do you buy this from the supermarket or you make this?
Yeah, there's like a supermarket for restaurant supply.
So how do you imagine people to use your piece of design work?
Actually, they put it next to the sink, and then they kind of wash their hands or put it back. But actually I also thought, because it's not really practical, this tool, because it's also water is getting through. Some friend told me that there is already mushrooms on it. And actually I want to promote it for tonight, so if anyone wants to buy it. Actually it gets a slight, like a little patiness, so it gets very used after a short period of time. And it's a cheap product, of course.
How much? How much?
It's 20 euros.
For this?
Yes.
I think it's expensive.
Because I'm a very young designer and I have not so much experience with calculations, so maybe I have to transfer.
I'm really curious, like, how much is this? How much is this? Like, you mean the whole object is 20 euros?
If I would tell you, then maybe nobody would buy it.
Wait, 20 euros is the selling price.
Yes, but it's always composed of many things, because also the silicon negative form is quite expensive, and I put some effort into it, and also the gallery. She's a capitalist gallerist.
So maybe she already take 10 euros.
Yeah. Oh, fine. Yes.
Okay. The second question I want to ask you is that how many pieces of trucks have you made tonight?
Actually, I have 200 of them, and I think there are about 70 right here.
70.
And the rest is in the car. So in case anybody wants to buy it for Christmas, so
But can you describe more about why you are repeating a single object? Like you make them into 200, they are all like the same, and then you paste this in this kind of diagonal way. Is there any intention in doing that?
Yes, because I very much like the idea of having virtual objects that you can send via internet and back, and you can copy paste them also in a very simple way. So I wanted to build a machine that can copy paste me in the same way, or not in the same way, but in a very simple way, lots of objects in a short period of time. So for me, like I'm building a lamp now, and I'm putting material into a centrifugal, and then like a lamp will pop out of it. And that's the dream, that you're a designer, you just have to put material into a machine that you build yourself, and then it comes out. Maybe I have like a very cliche thinking about design also. This is influencing my work.
So it's like a mass production, right?
Yes, like industrial production on a human scale in a way.
But I'm interested in the way where you put your stuff. For example, if I now make you a chance that you can put all 200 pieces of your work in any place in Berlin, where will you choose? And how will you
like,
do that?
You mean in one, all of them in one place, or?
Yes, or you can spread it around.
Maybe public bathrooms.
Let's spread it in every single bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I did one also here. I don't know if it was stolen already.
because what I interpret your in fact I think it is an artwork. What I interpret your artwork is like it is all made by modular system, and then they are kind of creating a kind of landscape, and you are placing them from the corner of the room diagonally. And because you're talking about clean wall, and the shape you put is kind of like a representation of wall. However, yeah, tonight the room is too crowded, and I bet that not many people is aware by your installation, because to me your work is like an installation art, and I was thinking if you have a better way to put it in this space so people are aware of your wall, maybe you can spread it around so when they are sitting on the floor they are actually like they can see your work everywhere, because you can see now not many people can aware of your work.
Yes, that's true. But I had an exhibition at my own place, and where I had them together in 200 pieces. Yeah, it was very nice. And but I think it works very well if you have more of them, because then you have a whole army, and which goes well with the name. But as I said, the whole military thing is not really political, so I don't try to make a political point, or really just to show that I put another layer of meaning onto an object that is otherwise very simple and very meaningless also in a way. And this is what I really like about it. It happens very often, but I want to make it more visible.
Are you intend or you are not intend to make your work political? Because I think your work is super political.
No, I don't really do that.
Yeah, because when I look at your work, I think of war immediately.
I'm not a very political person.
Then what's the aim of creating this work?
But it's rather that war is not just war in the sense of how we don't know that much about war, because I never have lived in a country that there was war. Not during my time, but war is like a very virtual thing that everybody is talking about. And in this meeting, like in the virtual meeting, which has no relation to reality whatsoever, and they can use it on this object, because most people don't know about war. And but they use the word, and the same way I use the word with this installation. So maybe in this particular point, you might be right if I'm a little political about it.
So in your words, whether your words says clean wall, clean is more important or wall is more important in the message you're going to place on this word?
Okay, actually, first when I thought about the word, it was like a different kind of to have war. It's like fighting against bacteria, and you have clean war is also an expression for a war that has no casualties, where it's only fight cyber warfare, and you have like a clean, like the myth of a clean war. It's always with casualties, and I thought of a way how to express a word that does not have a real counterpart, and so to make it physical, I think in this situation it really works, because it's a kind of a clean war, but but with no casualties also.
Because I think your work is kind of I know you are not intentionally to make it political. However, you have made your works very political, because war is never clean, right?
Yes.
And then but your work is very clean in terms of all the material you have chosen, all are white and bright in color, and they are all very clean. And it seems that you have something underlying your work that you want to show. If you're not like presenting, I mean, you can make your works like into dirty wall, and then you make all this stuff like rubbish or something else. Yeah. So I want to kind of clarify that what what have you explored during the whole process when you are exploring different kind of toothbrush, wall, and installation? Have you got any new exploration when you are doing this work?
No, actually not really.
Not really.
No, because I was searching for a toothbrush and it was already very difficult to find 200 of them. And I really took what I found, because I was under pressure. I thought, yeah, maybe they wanted it in white, but they had it in blue, so I thought maybe okay, take it in blue. And I could have thought of a nicer sofa, so like a little fancy one, or that I cut myself, or I produce myself. In a way, it's just an industrial product, and I quite like the idea of it being industrial and also not like the fancy product you put on your desk or yeah. And maybe in this case, it's not a good design product also.
It depends. Have anyone take it and try the weight because it's really heavy?
Yeah, actually, I have to explain. It's a liquid. It's very tough. It's like artificial stone. It's not gips or something. It's really like cement. And yeah. So it doesn't break easily.
Can you tell us what do you think after you get the object?
Oh, it's definitely worth 20 euros.
Yes?
Yeah, after peeling away.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Maybe it's worth even more, no?
I wouldn't push it, but yeah.
Maybe somebody wants to buy the whole installation. Maybe good price.
Yeah, is there a discount for if you buy in whole?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Any questions from you?
I think we have to get out of time anyway, so